Hello, salutations. Thank you so much for tuning in today to the Coalition of Weirdos, formerly Weekend Wednesdays with Wilfred, but I think we're just going to convert the whole damn thing. What do you guys
All right.
think?
That was your call, and I as long as it's good with you,
I think it fits because,
that's fair.
we talk about everything, and I
Yeah,
figured why not have one name for it all?
yeah.
Except for the morning show because it's the morning
That's the
thing.
morning show.
Ah,
What's the name again?
the Coalition of Weirdos or the
Thought it was
morning
the
show?
Colony.
Maybe that'll just be the running gag. Is each time we change it to a different C word.
The Cucks. The Cucks of Weirdos.
The cucks of weirdos. Just calling it the cows of weirdos instead of just calling it the cows.
Yeah, right.
I have it
COW.
written down on a piece of cardboard the day that we came up with the name saying Coalition.
I'm
I-
not smart enough to come up with the word coalition. So that's how I know I'm.
There's no way for me over here. But hey, you know what?
I think you heard colony and you're like, coalition.
Coalition,
Man.
much better.
Coalition.
Which I
See,
agree.
I can't even pronounce the word.
Coalition is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm telling you, people, you can't get a better open than this.
Yeah.
Working on a name for the last week, and the main person flunks it. You gotta love it. But yeah, we are just known as COW. You put whatever C that you want to imagine. I call it colony. Mace or Wilfred calls it the coalition, whatever. And I know
Coalition.
deep down Mason calls it the Cucks. So we are just happy to be here.
I'm gonna Google. It's gonna become a recurring thing. Each show we're gonna start off with a different C word though, but then
like it.
quickly adjust ourselves to the coalition of weirdos because I think that's the name that's gonna stick the most.
We're a coalition. We got 3 people.
Yeah.
We're all joining together. We're going for our own cause.
I agree.
I'm going for a grade. I don't know about you guys.
You're
No,
going
I'm
to a
kidding.
great?
I'm going for a grade.
Ah,
I'm kidding though. I actually like
I
doing
see
this
how it
with
is.
you guys. So I'm kidding.
no.
Mason hates or
I see how
Miles
it
hates
is.
me anyway. So
Just get out.
Fly.
yeah. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
Good day.
And here's my big dog right here.
Oh.
You want? Here, check her out. This is the Loki.
Oh.
That's the big baby doe.
Hello, pups.
Too bad mine will never come see me. I'll just be looking at the door waiting.
Baby doe.
Yeah, I'm a cat guy, so yeah.
I'm a dog, cat, and fish guy. Not really a fan of ferrets, though.
Fair enough.
Ferrets are cool though. Like I see people do the dances with them, where they shake their bodies one way and the butts
Their
the other
bodies
way.
are just so interesting,
Like,
though.
They're like
so
a
funny.
running sausage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a perfect example.
I mean, it really is.
Speaking of sausage, have you guys? This is an old video, but this little kid, I think, stole his sister's double-ended dildo and started running around the house screaming, "Wobbly sausage!"
Normally sausage.
I
God
was
damn it.
picturing that going somewhere completely different, and I'm glad that it at least went there.
It was awesome. I think the
That's
dad.
wholesome.
It was the dad, son. I'm not sure if daughter or wife, girlfriend, whatever. But she was pissed.
Oh, dude.
Give me
Yeah.
it!
Yeah. Give me that back.
And they're running around the bed and they go, "Wobbly sausage!" It was great. It was grand.
I want to look this video up. Well, when you type in wobbly, the next suggested word is sausage. So
Oh God.
this does look pretty wholesome. I'm not gonna lie. I can't hear anything because these aren't connected to my monitor here, but I mean, this little kid is excited as hell that he found some kind of magical toy.
Well,
The mom is pissed. I'd imagine it's a mom. I don't know. Wobbly sausage. That is some good stuff. Wobbly sausage.
Oh, that is good.
That's wholesome.
That is some good stuff.
If you want to go check it out, go hit up Nick Bacher at TT Bashman.
TTL Bashman.
I was so close.
Close.
You can go check it out on his Twitter.
So
Yeah,
Wilfred,
go follow
before. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll let you finish that, Nick.
Yeah, no, just give me a follow at TTL Bashman. Give me a follow. I'll give you a follow back because I care about you people.
Lies.
Do you guys hear that?
Ah.
This is what we've got to give and offer.
We offer tacos and wobbly sausages.
What else could be better? What else could you need?
A Corona?
In times like these,
I could have had that, but Mr. Wilfred insisted we get this podcast started, so I am empty-handed tonight.
Damn.
Sad.
I will
virtually
hand you a 6-pack.
Oh, you're so kind.
Oh my God. The night you actually have IPAs, I don't.
I do.
What a sad night that is.
I know.
Oh.
I won't be drinking them though because they are incredibly warm. So.
Oof.
What are you doing?
I'll have to wait till. Well, so I brought them down and I completely forgot about them. So tomorrow night I'm gonna drink a couple because we got maybe an interview tomorrow and potentially I might be doing some podcasts with some other folks tomorrow.
Oh, fun! What you have planned?
I think I might help out the other Nick that we've got in our class with his D&D one because. As I admitted, I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to that, and I kind of want to talk about some experiences, so I figured I might as well shout some out for me.
Definitely. What time are you guys planning on doing that?
I haven't heard a time yet. He just asked if I was interested, and I said absolutely. So
that sounds like a cool time.
Hopefully, we can figure that out.
I was just going to say, this is going to go out to our teachers, Miles and Yari. If you guys are listening to this, you guys will probably know that I'm not in class tomorrow.
Oh,
sorry. Let's see because let's see if they actually listen to this.
I was gonna say
Miles does.
Miles absolutely does.
Yeah,
he listens. Miles. He listens.
At least I'm working
everyone.
on your project. At least I'm working on your project, not yours. Sorry.
Yeah. Wilfred, before we got started, you had a very interesting topic, and I think that is something that we should discuss.
Before we get into that topic, going on to what I was going to say was, if you want to hang out tomorrow and drink a 6-pack, we can socially distance and drink a 6-pack because I'm not going to be in class tomorrow. So,
damn.
Wilfred, your topic.
Ooh.
Yeah, that goes out to both of you. If you guys are trying to meet somewhere, we can socially distance ourselves while drinking a 6-pack.
Challenge
somewhere.
Potentially accepted.
I like to do that.
It depends on what time you want to get together.
I'm not going to class tomorrow.
No, fair enough.
So,
even though it's completely electronic.
Yeah.
Slacker, man. I judge you. But in a good way. In a great way.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys this real quick? Because I don't know about you guys, but I just put in 35% on my online work, and I'm now up to 47%. And was a lot better in shape. I'm in a lot better shape now than I was 2 or 3 days ago. So let me ask you, Wilfred, how far are you on your online class?
Not far at all.
Exactly. Mason?
Let me tell you, man, if they would ever want to send me that, I would be
excuses.
No, so
have you been getting those emails from Diana?
I mean, I get them. No, I'll get those.
Okay.
But I still have yet to get any of the online stuff or there was one other email that she had asked if the survey. I never got anything for the survey either.
Well, this also extends to you guys. If you guys are trying to do a little online class tomorrow, let's meet up, bring our laptops. And
if they ever send me the stuff, I'm totally down. I went into Diane and I actually talked to her I was like, what email do you guys have? And I thought that was going to be the problem solver, because they had some email that I've never even created. And I was like, no, that's not me. So I gave them the correct email, and still nothing. And Miles said,
are there other people in your class that have the
my
access?
as far as I'm aware, my entire February class hasn't gotten them at all.
Okay.
And Miles even told me, he's
Slacker.
like, I know. He even said that because they do those online meetings with like the heads of the other schools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my name got brought up one day in the meeting to the head CEO, honcho, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, shit.
And he was like, I'm going to put my best people on that right now. I guess his best people weren't the best. So,
Well, I think coronavirus hit, and then they're like,
Yeah.
But you're thinking coronavirus, you're like, okay, let's definitely give them the online work.
I'm
That's
just
something
calling
they could
out.
do.
I'm calling out the Ohio Media School. You're not good enough. Colorado Media School's where it's
Shots
at.
fired.
Colorado Media
Shots
School.
fired.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Hold on, keep saying shots fired.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. The shots have
shots
been
fired.
fired.
Shots fired. Shots fired. I repeat.
I'm waiting for the
911.
shots that were fired.
Shots fired.
Call the police. Call the ambulance. Shots
Whoop,
have been
whoop.
fired. I don't know how much longer we need to do this, but shots have been fired.
The shots are
Shots
continuing to
fired.
be fired.
Bang, bang,
There
bang,
we
bang,
go.
bang, bang, bang. There it is.
That's not even the right one. Shots fired. I wanted actual
You're
gunshots.
fired.
Hold on. Real good.
Baby
life
Bladder
sounds.
Basher, you are fired.
You're
Here we go.
officially let go.
This is a rifle. I want a handgun. How hard is it? Here we go.
Shots
That was
fired.
very anticlimactic.
These are
Not very good shots being fired.
Yeah, no, that was horrible.
You know
Here we
what?
go.
You know what has been fired? You know what has been fired is Baby Bladder Basher. He is no longer allowed back on this podcast.
At least for a few hours.
Yeah, we got to give him like a timeout.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
That
this
fucking
is
sucked.
bad. Is that a duck?
That actually fit
Yeah.
for this moment.
Yeah. Bro, you hiding a duck in that basement?
Yeah. So just curious, how you guys doing with this Chinese virus, this Kung flu?
Kung flu? Dude, I don't know if I want to go that far. Apparently
Yeah,
that's,
Come on,
that's
man.
racist.
that's a little too far.
Apparently
Dude, come on.
that's too racist.
That's a
do
bit
you-
too far, my dude.
Come on. We're living on the edge. They are the Chinese virus. They started it. Kung flu may be a little bit too much, but Chinese virus, what Trump calls it, that's. I'm telling you, Trump is the most entertaining man in America
Oh,
right now.
absolutely.
100%
The
agree.
guy,
There-
the guy does not stop, and
He's
Trump
a he's a
2020
constant
character piece. For Trump 2020.
he's a constant content creator.
Oh yeah.
He
I
pushes it out.
Yeah.
He's a reality star
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he did before he was a president. And before that, he still has billions of dollars worth of property.
That's honestly why I think I was most impressed when I heard that he was running, is because I was like, Donald Trump, the guy who says you're fired, or the guy who trademarked you're fired.
Yeah.
It's like that
You're
guy.
fired.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm interested. I mean, let's see where this goes. And
I think his first couple months in office was
They were
kind of
very
the
rough.
best.
they were very rough in terms of like the public's view on this.
Oh, his PR was
Yeah.
terrible.
I worked I still work at REI. That's it's a very liberal heavy company, I guess is the best way to put it. There are a lot of people who fight what he necessarily does in terms of when it comes to the outdoors, because I think it was his first or second year. He heavily defunded the National Park Service, which was kind of like a death warrant to the folks that work at REI. And I heard nothing but just absolute, like, some of the worst things you can hear about people. I heard about him, and I would always kind of like correct people. I was like, isn't that a bit hypocritical? You know, you guys call him this because he said this about somebody else. Isn't that a bit hypocritical? And well, he deserves it. I was like, it doesn't matter if he deserves it. Isn't that still a bit hypocritical?
Oh, of course it is. But
Yeah.
that party
yeah,
can never admit that.
Yeah. Well, I think anybody who really just kind of hates him, they'll take any shot that they can when it comes to attacking him. And fortunately, I think that's the same with both parties. I mean, I heard plenty of slander when it came to Obama. Whether that stuff is warranted between either or, I don't care. I just want results. That's all I'm interested in. So
I just smacked my girl's booty. It felt very well.
was it firm?
It was just right.
Okay. Just right.
Oh yeah.
That's what I like. That's what I like to hear.
Oh yeah. Damn
So this is
I am going on a long period of being celibate, so please do not do this to me right now. It's going to be another 2.5 months for myself. It's going to end up being like it's going to be
a very supple booty. I'll tell you that much.
It's going to end up being like 3 years since the last time I had sex. But please don't do this to me.
Jesus.
So
I'm kidding.
Bacher, you are going on one hell of a dry spell.
Yeah, that is kind of rough. This is going to be something that I feel like only Bacher. I mean, I know Basher's going to understand. But we watched episode 2 of Tiger King.
Oh God, I see how it is.
I know. And it was that was one of the topics of debate that my girlfriend and I had. And I feel like.
Did you guys hear the slap?
I did. That was actually.
We heard it.
That was the topic of debate was if it was okay if we both had extra lovers on the outside of this.
I mean, I wouldn't be.
So, are you saying like an open relationship? Like an open relationship?
Pretty much. I mean, we're not going to do it, but
I have a friend.
It opened the conversation.
I have a friend who's in an open relationship, and it is not the weirdest thing because I legit think this friend is a sex addict. Like he lives in New York City. Like he has a Finsta page. I always tell him like, if you ever get big, bro, like you gotta make sure no one has screenshots of that Finsta because some of the things he puts on there, dude, I'm scarred. Like he is a slut from hell. Like and I don't know, like I know he's back home now and like his girlfriend lives in his home state. So like I know they're together now, but like when he's in New York City and like she's back home, like I don't know how that goes because he goes out, he works at a bar, like he hooks up with girls I know all the time. And like she doesn't though. Like I don't know, it's weird. It's weird.
I watched a podcast over the weekend that was very interesting, and it dealt with a guy who was in an open relationship as well. Although they had what seemed like it wasn't necessarily very strict rules, but it was one of those things where she is bisexual, he is only in it for the ladies, but she made an agreement that she would never sleep with another guy. She's only going to sleep with girls, and she's totally okay with him joining in on the sex between her and another girl.
Is he only sleeping with men then if she's only sleeping with women?
No, so he sleeps with her and she doesn't care about like what he does, but she doesn't want him to get with guys and she doesn't want him to bring guys to the relationship. So I was like, all around, it's kind of like the perfect situation, I guess.
So she stays with females, he stays with males, but they're
no. So they date.
Okay.
He's not allowed to see guys or bring guys to the relationship.
Okay. But why would a guy do that?
Huh?
But why would he even try to bring another guy to the relationship unless he's gay?
And that's
which is like cool. Like if
she's just not interested in two guys.
She's not in for the Eiffel Tower?
No, she just wants one.
Well, fair enough.
I've done that.
It's a good time.
Oh yeah. I've been to my fair share of orgies.
You know,
I've been to 2.5.
I'm not gonna talk about it.
Mason's like, I'm done. I'm not even getting into this.
I'm tapping out of this conversation before it gets too bad.
Can we talk to Alex?
That's why I'm tapping out right now.
Where is the girlfriend?
She just left.
Oh, smart call.
I know.
Smart guy.
I know.
Hey, can I talk to your girlfriend, Wilfred? Let me ask her.
Yeah.
I was joking, but
Oh, dude, you're getting it now.
Come on. They got a question for you.
Not me.
Okay,
I do.
Baby Bladder Bacher does.
I was just
Come on over.
hi. Part of this podcast is we just start rambling.
Yeah.
Just curious, how many orgies you've been in?
None.
Okay, cool. Appreciate
I didn't
that.
know that's where this one was going.
Yeah, I mean, I had to ask. I mean, we all ask the questions. I mean, you're the only one that
Alright.
hasn't answered yet. So
I mean,
That's a fair question.
I could answer for Alex too.
no, let's not get into
Yeah,
your relationship.
that's what I thought.
I mean, it's different when the girlfriend's actually live right there.
That's there. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
So she can answer for herself. I
Yeah.
don't want to get you on the spot and you getting roasted an hour from now. So
Dude. Do you think I care?
I regret missing out on that question.
yeah,
You're never gonna know until you listen back and you hear it.
Ah.
No,
yeah. Oh, you wouldn't believe Mason's number. Oh, geez.
I know, right?
Oh God.
I know.
This guy's an animal.
I grew up Mormon, so I was a little restricted in my young age, I guess is the best way to put it.
God, that
Lots of
landed
Pornhub
in a way
premium?
that I hadn't. I was gonna say I did not know that was gonna land that way. Oh,
No,
geez.
yeah, I mean, and that's like I said, I felt like I was a little restricted growing up. One thing led to another. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
I respect that.
Did we ever get into that topic, or did we really stray
Absolutely
that
not.
far?
We really just rambled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
just
know,
we went on our own tangent, but I think the tangent went good.
yeah.
Oh yeah, those are
You
always
know,
fun. Those are the best.
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts between the time that we started and especially like going through today.
Uh-huh.
The most entertaining podcasts that I've listened to are a group of, however many, 3, 4. It tends to be 3 or 4 people, which I think is a good number. So I think if you get too many, it can just really kind of drown out a conversation because there's too many people that want to talk. But I feel like if you get too little, sometimes there's not enough conversation. Anyway, rambling again. But I feel like some of the best conversation or the best podcasts that I've listened to are a group of 4 people that just start a podcast and they just talk. And then when an hour hits, they go, oh, well, it's been about an hour. I think we wrap it up. And those are the most entertaining podcasts that I've been listening to.
You know what podcast those remind me of, which I'm going to give a quick little shout out. Obviously, everyone knows the godfather of podcasts, Joe Rogan. But the podcast he does with like Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, Brian Callen, Joey Diaz, he just literally put those 4 out in a row. Give those a listen. Each one are about anywhere from 2.5 hours to about 3.5 hours.
Hell yeah.
The
English man.
What's that word?
Authenticity?
The authenticity of their relationship and like the way they like we do just go on tangents for 20-30 minutes. It's just like that's what we're trying to establish, and I think that's just great references to listen to them and just see how interactive they are. But those are always some of the best conversations I can listen to. So definitely agree with Mason.
If and I mean, again, since you went on that podcast, toss out the most interesting podcast that I've listened to over the weekend. This is one that I would like you guys to listen to at least, because I think this is right up your guys' wheelhouse. It's called the Misfits Podcast. It's a group of Australians. They are extremely entertaining, and they really just kind of talk about whatever really hits their mind. Not this most recent one, but the podcast before it, they did an interview with famous porn star Mia Malkova.
Oh, so jealous.
Oh, really?
And during the show, about halfway through, she just recently got one of the fleshlights molded after her. And so she brought it as a gift there were about, I think, 3 or 4 other guys there that were
Did she only bring one?
No. She brought one for everybody.
Okay, I was going to be like, that's a little bit too much sharing.
I know,
it's
right?
A little too close.
So yeah, she brought one for everyone. And that was the most entertaining thing, was watching these guys just each individually play with it. And it's just like,
That is
They
hilarious.
have a couple of other good ones too, where they talk about their experiences on some drugs. One they talk about MDMA. I think another one they take an edible or like close to like 500 milligrams of edibles on the
Jesus.
podcast, and then they do a podcast, and it's worth a watch. It's worth a listen because they do both video and audio. They're just some really cool guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. If
You
we're
know
going to
what
get
I
on
was-
this little tangent, I just want to say a podcast that I want to give a shout out to. I just listened to the episode today. It's Flagrant 2 with Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
They just had a podcast with Doc Antle from the podcast or from the TV series Tiger King. He is one of the sanctuarists or one of the big cat owners, and it's pretty funny to listen to his story, and I would definitely give it a listen if you really enjoyed that Tiger Belly, because it is another hour of content that you would love to have.
Hey Nick, it was just
Yes,
blocked
bud.
by James.
Is it live right now?
Yeah, you just missed
that's
it. They just
beautiful.
did it. I know.
What got missed?
So they're re-airing Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals between Golden State and Cleveland,
Oh shit.
and the very famous moment that I think a lot of people will remember for if you know anything about NBA Finals and NBA Finals history, the words "blocked by James." And that
lives in
moment just
infamy.
yeah.
That lives in infamy.
There are those times where like people can say like you see an image and you can hear the words or like you can hear that image. When I see the image of like him blocking the ball, I instantly hear the call and like everything. So
Oh shit.
that
Agreed.
moment just happened, and it's just such a classic moment that I think will forever be in the back of my head.
Hell yeah. Shoot. Well, hey guys. I'm thinking maybe we take a quick break, pull ourselves together
Okay.
here. So, all right, guys, we will be right back. We're going to take a few minute break. For you, it's going to be a couple seconds, but for us, it'll be a couple minutes. So we will be right back. Stay tuned, because coming up, we got some more magic. Oh, yeah.
Because I'm so.
Hey, guys, welcome back. I know it was a split second for you, but we probably had a good 15 to 30 minutes of getting our
always.
stuff together. You know we like our breaks. You know we
Yeah.
love talking. We get
Yeah.
caught up every time.
Oh yeah.
But I did want to bring up a question for you guys.
Let's hear it.
It's a little bit of a topic. It's a little bit weird. It's today, in today's times, we have the internet, we have mobile devices, cell phones, iPads, iPods, iPhones,
A lot of cool
iMacs.
stuff.
Yeah, like we got so much technology, and we're
Mhm.
so connected with one another. Nowadays we don't know what we would do without all this connectivity that we have. So let me put it to you this way. Let's say today was 60 years ago. So we're living in the 40s,
1907.
40s and 50s.
Okay.
Okay, that's 80 years ago.
Would have been roughly
2020.
70.
70? That's not 60 years. That's about 40.
Let's just say we're in the year 1940.
All right, so we're in the 40s.
Okay.
And now the coronavirus in today's times in 2020, everybody's talking about it. It's all in all the news. We're all mobile. We can get to hospitals. Hospitals are fairly close. But in 1940, it wasn't quite the same. Not so many people had connectivity and all that. What do you think would happen if the coronavirus happened then?
Yeah, let me actually go into this because I actually think, believe it or not, we're in the perfect age for this virus. And the reason why I'm saying it is because this virus isn't too deadly that people get scared, but it's so contagious that with how much travel there is today's generation, like, of course it's going to spread as fast as it is. So I actually think if this took place in the 40s, I actually don't think it would have spread it as bad. because I think as soon as the word would have gotten out, people really would have taken the social distancing to a serious level. But because we're in such a comfy area right now, I mean, most Americans haven't dealt with any major controversy. Let me rephrase that: major controversy in the last, pretty much 10 years, going back to the when the market crashed. So I do think if this would have happened in the 40s or 50s, or maybe even in the 60s, I do think it would have been. I think they would have been more prepared for it.
See,
Oh, sorry. No, Tyler. Whoever.
See, I'm thinking it would have been kind of the complete opposite. Like, to get to a hospital just alone, I mean, you're probably some folks had to walk. Other folks didn't have access to vehicles. They had horses, stuff like that.
Well, to be fair, real quick, let me just do my double check.
I honestly, you guys both brought up the points that I wanted to talk about. I think it's tough. I think we would have been in a much better place. Although I feel like we have a lot of technology today that, even though it doesn't really kind of seem like it, I think we are saving more lives today than probably we would have, say, if this was taking place in the 40s and 50s. We're saving more lives than we would have back then, just due to the technology difference between then and now. So I'm on both sides of the fence. I think I'm a little bit more with Baby Bladder Bacher, in the sense of I think this would be a little bit, it probably wouldn't be nearly as bad as it is right now. I think traveling in today's age and how popular it is, and I think it seems as though most of the world's population has gotten stupider. This is probably the best way to put it.
I think we've just gotten so arrogant. We've got so this isn't going to happen to us.
Yeah.
Like we're going to survive this. Once people heard that it's not as deadly, then people are like, okay, what do I have to worry about?
I recover from this.
Yeah, if they would have said this is an airborne virus and there is still a pretty deadly impact rate, I think people would have understood, like, oh, like when they came out with the whole the 6 feet distance, that still gave people like a leeway, be like, well, I can still do stuff. I just got to be 6 away from people. If they would have said it's an airborne illness, I guarantee you 2.5 weeks ago, our whole country would have been on lockdown. This would have been a lot better situation than coming up onto, let me just double check my numbers.
3,000.
Over 200,000 cases. Over 200,000 cases in the United States. 215,000 cases. So I think that number would have been way less than what it actually is if they would have said, like, hey, this is a lot more serious than what it is. Take your head out of your ass and let's start preparing for this. Mm-hmm. But with that being said, I mean, you also look back, obviously the medicine wasn't as good. There's been so many vaccines to help the other type of flus. So there definitely is probably processes that are helping today's people. But I come back to the idea of, I just don't think it would have spread it as much due to the fact that I think people took stuff a little bit more serious back then.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, my grandparents told me about, back then, with all the diseases they were already dealing with when it came to polio and, I can't, I'm blanking on all the other
Spanish
ones, but
flu?
there was that,
measles,
but there were,
smallpox.
measles, smallpox. AIDS. I feel like there's one other one. AIDS wasn't necessarily their time.
Nah,
that
AIDS was more
like
80s. Yeah, 70s, 80s.
90s.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were scared enough back then of those diseases just because of what it absolutely did to people. So they were a lot more cautious back then. And I think that was something that I talked with them the other day, which is, and they said something that really rang true to me, which is your generation doesn't take it seriously enough. And I absolutely agree. I think Gen Y kind of gets it. I think there's a portion of it. I think the older Gen Y, millennials, whatever, I think they're getting it. I think some of the closer to that Gen Z are kind of understanding it too. I think Gen Z is just like out of control. I think they're the ones that are, this doesn't affect me. I'm fine. I've grown up in an age where nothing scares me. And I think that's where we run into the issues is those dumbasses. But
Can I ask you guys a question real quick though?
Yeah.
You guys remember back in 2009 when the H1N1 virus was going around?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Two things I actually want to say. Did you guys actually know that was the same virus back in 1918 that caused the Spanish flu?
Yep.
No
So,
shit.
fun little fact: we're currently going through a pandemic that our future grandchildren will look at like the H1N1 happened in 2009. We're going through that. Think about it. That's pretty interesting. So maybe in 80 to 90 years from now, there's going to be a new coronavirus that's the same strain as this one, this COVID-19, but our immunes are already going to be built up because we're currently going through it. But going back to this pandemic, did you guys know that more people died in 2009 in that H1N1 than are currently dead now? But
I mean,
there's
most
getting
of that
so much-
happened overseas from the United States, but where it's getting us is,
our economy.
yeah, our economy
That's
was.
where it's this H1N1 didn't bother the machine, as we call our economy, because people weren't missing work. People didn't have to go in quarantine for almost 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Well, and we
So
already had the
that's why-
economic crisis of 2008 at that point too. So
That is true. That is true. That is really true.
At that time,
I-
I mean, things were so rough.
Yeah.
When that hit, I mean, I was just a couple years into owning a detailing business. I was a mobile detailing service. I had a couple people working for me. And then
not
that
anymore.
happened. And literally overnight, I sold everything, paid everyone their final fees. I walked away with,
Wow.
a couple grand out of that.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
you
crazy.
got lucky before you tried to drag it for almost too long, I think.
Yeah.
But I it's just really tough. I think this is definitely going to be something that a lot of people look back on, people that are alive right now. Whether you're, like I said, I was talking to my grandparents. I think they're both 70 to 80 years old. And they were telling me this is going to be the strangest year of their lives. And they've experienced a lot. And I told them, I said, obviously my life is quite young. I'm only 24, 25. And
there's a great chance this is the craziest year of our lives.
There's a very good chance that nothing tops the year 2020 for me. But I mean, shit, dude, who knows? Maybe down the road, kind of like what you were saying, and maybe towards the end of our lives, something like this happens again, but it's almost even worse.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid, and I hope that doesn't happen. But right now, I mean, I was agreeing with them. I'm very young, so I haven't experienced much, but 2020, I think, will be one that will be the weirdest year of my life for a long time.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. You want to know something crazy? During this whole pandemic that's been going on,
What's
a
up?
couple huge things just happened.
Let me hear.
2 earthquakes, one in Utah, one in Idaho.
My grandparents experienced that earthquake.
No kidding. I
Yep.
heard it was 5 something.
I think they said it was a 5.7, and then there was the one there was the one in Idaho that happened, I think, last night.
Yeah.
That was only 60, 70 miles away from Yellowstone.
Yeah. That is terrifying.
This is not something that we need right now.
No, we do not need the Yellowstone caldera to explode.
Erupt.
Yeah.
Isn't this their second earthquake in the last 2 months?
Not even 2 months.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like 6 weeks, maybe.
No, not even 6 weeks.
No.
The Utah one happened last week. This one happened last night.
Wow.
The Utah one was so bad that it destroyed half of what, because I fly into Salt Lake City a lot because I go visit family.
Yeah.
It destroyed, they're working on brand new terminals out there. It destroyed some of their brand new terminals that they had built.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
So we're talking about these potential earthquakes and maybe potential of Yellowstone erupting, and that should really scare us because we're so close to Colorado. But let me just tell you what type of year 2020 has been so far. We've had the World War III hoax back when America bombed Baghdad. Is it Bangladesh?
It's not Bangladesh. It's they bombed
Baghdad?
somewhere.
Benghazi?
Yeah. No, I don't think it was Baghdad either. It was somewhere in Iran where they killed General Soleimani.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That was
And
Iran.
So
Yeah.
So we started that, and there was the hoax of World War III starting.
Yep.
Then we get the beloved death of Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely tears at everyone because of just how of an impactful guy
Absolutely.
and character he was.
That was
Now we have the
our
coronavirus.
generation's Jordan.
Yeah. Now we have the coronavirus.
Yep.
Don't forget
Can we
North Korea launching missiles.
That too.
They've been doing that though.
Yeah, but I
They've
mean,
been doing that.
that's always scary. I mean, it just takes one for them to finally figure out what the fuck they're doing. They're dumb as shit. I will agree.
I'll be honest. I have a lot of family in military, and they laugh at North Korea. If they even if they did one button to us, one missile,
fucked.
not only do we have the defense system that would completely wipe that out within a mile and a half they get shot, but as soon as they did that,
they would be wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah. But
no, I mean, I'm not worried about
only-
it, but it's just like it's all the people that, you know, or not people, but necessarily countries that potentially could come to the aid. China is
that's the big one I'm worried about.
That's very frightening because, you know, if any dude, China's population, or I mean, just any bit of China, I don't want to fuck with China. I don't. They cut off any kind of trading supplies with us, we're fucked. We're done.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, that's why I'm so scared about North Korea actually finally getting one that can reach us, and then also us having to retaliate. That's the one thing I don't want to have happen.
If North Korea pulls something, China's going to come in and be like, hey, we back them in all of their decisions. We are here for them. They're another communist nation. We got their back.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to be like, okay, well, you threw a nuke at us, so here, have one that's 10,000 times larger than the one you sent us.
Yeah.
And then that would wipe Pyongyang off the map.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that would affect, I think, parts of South Korea as well, which would be shitty because, you know, we're pretty close allies with South Korea.
Oh, yeah.
But
then China will come in and be like, hey, you just nuked one of our friendly nations. Here, take these.
Yeah. Also, we're not giving you half of what you want or anything of, you know, what we normally trade with you. Supply and demand, man. I mean, that's how the Americans won the Revolutionary War. Cut off all the supplies for Britain from France.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got to do.
And if China decides to do trade embargoes on us,
oh yeah,
because of that, I mean, a lot of our farming stuff goes to China, like a lot of eggs, a lot of meat.
Yeah,
hell, a lot of produce goes out there. So that's going to hit home our local farmers, and it's going to run them out of business, and then we're going to start running out of food.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I was just reading something. I really thought I had a really solid theory that was about to come true, but unfortunately, it kind of didn't hold up. But in the year 1616, a pandemic started known as the smallpox that killed out the Indians.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, 1717, nothing crazy happened. There was a war. 1818, there was another war. Obviously, in 1919, we were dealing with the Spanish flu.
World
War
War
I. 2020.
Yeah.
And well, that too. But now in 2020, we have the great coronavirus. So I just think it's funny how whenever there's a double year, because I was just reading something, is 2020 a special year? And the definition said, well, just like the other years, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, it's the only year where it has recurring double digits. So I was like, that made me think, what if each of those years have something crazy about it that happened? And I thought it was going to come true as soon as I read that 1616 where there was smallpox. I was like, oh my God, I know it now. 2121 is the next one. I already know it.
We're done, dude. By that time, we're out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm really hoping that technology gets so great that we can. Like, my goal is, I was born in 96. I want to see at least 2000 or 2021 or
2100.
That's next year.
Yeah, I want to see at least 2100. Thank you. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Yeah.
I want to see at least 2100.
I would love to see that, but I would be like, what, 113?
The oldest person right now that just got the Guinness World Record, he's 112. Believe. Quit smoking and believe.
Shit, I'm gonna have to change my diet.
I
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
have to
my
change my
diet.
lifestyle.
I would be more than happy to reach the ripe old age of 90. A lot of my family members, at least from what my grandma has told me, at least on my grandparent or on my grandpa's side, they all die at roughly around like 60, 70.
Do you think
Like,
do you think living that old gets boring though? Like,
oh,
do you think
absolutely.
living to like 87 and like like you can't do anything anymore? You're like,
Yeah.
oh God, I just want to die
Dude.
next year. But like you end up living another 20 years. And
Yeah,
you're like,
my
fuck.
grandpa told me the second you have to take away my driver's license, you might as well kill me. The second, if I still have lived past that and you guys decide to put me in an old folks home, definitely just pull the plug. He's like, it's just not even worth it at that point. I don't want somebody else wiping my ass. I don't want somebody else coming in and checking in on me. He's like, just put me down. I have lived my life. It is not worth it anymore. And I was like, I honestly, I can't argue with that, dude.
Can't argue with that.
At the point where I have lived my life, my significant other has passed away. I don't want to be a burden on if I have children or my children's children. I don't want to be a burden. Like, just let me go. Just let me go. I'm done.
My great uncle, well, I guess he would be a great uncle. He's been like he is the family matriarch. Like he puts together all the family reunions.
Matriarch.
Yeah. I know my math was off.
No, well, matriarch is your mother.
Oh, okay.
It would be a woman.
Okay, patriarch then. My bad.
Yeah,
I was halfway there.
Yeah, you were halfway. Yeah, you're very close.
But I mean, he lived to be 85 years old. And like from 60 on, I mean, this dude was out there skydiving, parasailing, surfing, and he passed away due to a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like I would love to go out that
sad.
way, just living life to the most extreme I could.
That's honestly, that's how my grandpa's going. And I mean, I'm super happy. I love the man to death. I mean, we were living on that trend of, my dad passed away at the age of 49, 50. So, and then before that, my great grandpa passed away at the age of 60 or something. So, and before him, it was just on and on and on of like the Stewart male side was not making it past the age of like 60 to 65. My grandpa is crushing that right now at, I think he's like 82.
Oh, hell yeah.
83. And I mean, and he's still kicking. He's probably one of the healthiest older people that I know.
That's badass.
So I hope he keeps going. I love that man to death. He's probably one of the most influential people in my life right now. So the longer he can keep going, the happier I'll be. But the day he tells me to put him down, it'll be a rough one.
Shit. There was I think once I hit that age, I'm gonna go out big. I'm definitely gonna pull the senile old man, and I'm gonna drop my drawers in the middle of a park and take a shit right in the middle of the park.
Man, you said it. I can't wait till I get to that age where it's just the I don't give a fuck age, where it's like, what are you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Did you hear about
me in jail?
Did you hear about the old woman? Her bucket list was to rob a bank and go to jail. That was on her bucket list.
Did she do that? I swear I saw. Okay, I was gonna say I swear I saw that post somewhere, and I saw her like behind bars, and I was like, good for her. She didn't actually get sentenced, but I mean, just the thrill of it.
Oh yeah, I mean, just going in and being like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna break the law.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone that's never done anything bad in their life,
what's the harm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy she's like, fulfilling her dream of what she actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's not my dream, but hey, baby, whatever fills that little heart.
Yeah. My dream is to teabag a humpback whale.
How's that going?
So far, I've seen a whale and I've touched a whale.
Okay, so you're halfway there.
Yeah, I don't have the balls to jump in the water because shit's gonna be fucking cold, and I'm afraid of sharks. Even though I'm not sure if there will be sharks.
Do you have the fear? And I absolutely have this fear. It's the fear of open water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That terrifies me.
Fuck that. We used to go to Lake Powell, dude. That shit. Like,
same here.
Yeah. When they would like stop the boat in like the middle of the lake and say, all right, we're going to let the kids jump in. Dude, I was the kid sitting on like the back of the boat watching everybody else. I was like, fuck that. No, thank
That's
you.
funny because I actually don't mind that, but I'm a big person that doesn't like ocean water. Like if I'm in a lake, I can go swimming all day. But
Yeah.
if I'm in the ocean, I'm like,
Things
no
are a
way.
little bit more different in the ocean. The second I
Yeah.
can't touch the bottom, that it like, or if I can't see the bottom,
If I can't see the bottom, that's no go. Like
Yeah.
shit
So
is
are you
not
guys-
happening.
Are you guys more scared of like heights or like the fear of not knowing what's underneath you?
the fear of not knowing what's underneath me, which could be a multitude of things.
Gotcha.
In Lake Powell, you know, there are some big fish in there. They
Oh,
got
yeah.
northern pike, they got muskies, they got
Gar.
Yep. I mean, there's some big fish in there.
Yeah.
And going in there and not knowing, it's kind of like, oh, I can't see the bottom. I can't see anything. Fuck.
Dude, I remember
exactly.
because I mean I would go out and go fishing on the ski boat when we would do that.
Oh,
I
yeah, all the
remember
time.
oh yeah, dude. I caught a gar, and I was like, I remember reeling it in, and dude, I was too scared to fucking touch that thing. Those things look nasty. And I remember I was like, when I saw it, I was like, this is exactly why I don't get in this goddamn lake.
See, at the same time, though, me and my folks, we went out to, me and my mom, we went out to Maui when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I snorkeled Molokini. Like, I hopped in the water. I saw a shark, and I was fine. I also jacked
you.
off a sea cucumber, and it is
Nice.
true. It shoots out white strings. So I was like,
I've seen those.
Ooh,
Yeah.
sneaky.
oh, dude, it was
Sneaky.
magical.
It was nice.
Shoot. Well, hey, guys, I don't know about you, but I think I'm ready for a break. How do you guys feel?
I gotta pee.
Let's do it.
I could go for a pee, too. I'll
guess
see if
that's
I can
3 for
find a
3.
sea cucumber.
That's 3 for 3. Bathroom break time.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, guys, hang tight. We'll be right back. It will only be a split second for you, but it'll be a few minutes for us. So we will be back, and see you momentarily with a dab. Hey, we're back. Mason is still hanging out there. Nick is still doing his dabby dabs. I'm just here. That was the longest dab ever.
I know.
I don't think you guys realized, but that was another 30 minutes.
Not an actual dab, by the way. We are doing
What?
I know. I'm sorry. We're doing the dab heard around the world, which is the dance move or I don't know what you want to call it.
Little Miss Dabarella over
Popularized
there.
by Cam Newton.
No, it's popularized by the Migos.
Well,
Cam
yeah,
Newton,
but Cam
Cam
Newton
Newton took
really
it-
made
Cam
it
Newton-
popular.
Cam Newton made it nationally known.
Yeah, okay.
But
fair enough.
if you're in the hip hop
it is
scene,
Migos.
you knew what the dab was.
Yeah.
That's me. I was in the hip hop scene. But anyways, I got a really fun segment to end this show.
Let's hear it.
So I found some trivia, and I am a fool for some trivia because it is just so interesting. I
You are
love
a
figuring out some stuff.
Fucking
And I
fool.
found some pretty interesting questions ranging from 10 different topics. So I just want to run some through you guys. Ooh.
That sounds
And
hot.
let me get you and let me get
Just
let
give
me
me a
see if you
courtesy
guys
reach
know.
around.
Yeah, let me just shut up and just start naming some of these questions. So,
Okay.
which country won the very first FIFA World Cup in 1930?
Brazil.
England.
Very, very good, strong choices, but it was actually Uruguay.
Damn.
Okay.
Interesting. I thought that was quite interesting.
I guess
I
I had a feeling it had to be one of the Spanish countries
I did
That's
not see
fair.
Uruguay as
as a powerhouse.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, 1930. Real quick, let me just do a nice little underhand pitch one for you. How many soccer players should be on each field, or each team should have on the field?
11
At the
for
start of the
each.
match.
18?
Each?
Yes.
Mason, you're correct. 11.
Okay.
I wasn't too sure if you're being serious or not, but
There are a lot
love
of
your-
people running out there, so I can't
It's
fight
hard
it.
for me to
Here's-
keep track of that.
Yeah.
I don't watch
Yeah.
much soccer, but
Understandable. Just know that football is a legit copy of soccer, except the formations are different. There's
Yeah.
11 football players on the field. There's 11 soccer players.
They also have
Now you know.
Soccer players have a much bigger field too.
Yeah.
If we had this soundbite, the more you know, with the reading rainbow thing.
I'm telling you, my plan for this for the next few days is to get a whole soundboard ready for us.
Oh shit!
So real quick, the next one. Which year was the very first iPhone model released?
2007.
I'd say
No. I'm sorry. I'm taking that back. Well, you go first. I answered first last time.
I'm gonna go for 05.
I was gonna go 06.
Should have went with your first answer, Mason.
Damn.
It was 2007. Yes.
Right.
Here's a really one that I actually had no idea. I thought it was just letters. But what does HTTP stand for?
I know the last one is secure.
HTTPS.
HTTP.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I know HTTPS. The S is secure, but I don't.
Okay, you got to give us some hints here.
There's no hints for this one, so I'm just going to say it.
All right.
Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Excuse me. That is Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
Hypertext transfer. Okay.
I was actually kind of stuck on that one, but here's one that I will be surprised if you guys even know this one. What was Twitter's original name? More better, how was it originally spelt? Because it was Twitter, but it was spelt differently than what we know as TWITTER.
I'm looking at the word Twitter right now. I'm gonna say,
I think the little bird has always been there. I think it was.
It's nothing to do with the bird. It's to do with the spelling.
I'm gonna say TWER.
So right now it's TWITTR. Twitter.
Yeah.
TWETER.
It was actually TWTTR, and they dropped all the
vowels.
Vowels.
No
So
shit.
it was still, if you look at it, it's still Twitter. It's pretty interesting. I thought that was a really, really cool one. So I'm really happy I was able to ask you guys that one. Which natural disaster is measured on the Richter scale?
Earthquakes.
Earthquake.
Good job. We were just talking about earthquakes, so
I
threw that one out there.
When we go to Yellowstone every year, I go to Quake Lake, which is a very popular destination. They have right at the epicenter of it. They have God, what you just said it. I'm totally blanking. A Richter scale.
The Richter scale.
Yeah, they have a Richter scale built on the epicenter of the actual where it actually happened. It's really cool to see. Oh yeah, if you guys ever go to Yellowstone, I mean, hit me up. I go there every year, so I can give you guys.
I'm down to go. We should do a traveling podcast and doing there.
That sounds fun.
It's only like a 10-hour drive from here.
That's not bad.
Do it for sure. Yeah. So, which planet has the most gravity in our solar system?
Jupiter.
I'm gonna say Saturn.
Tyler was right. It was Jupiter.
Damn.
Bigger the planet, more mass it has, more gravity.
I guess that makes sense.
So, who or what is the Ford Mustang named after?
Horse.
Yeah, no, I see exactly where you're coming from.
That was going to be my guess. I didn't know how to I was like, I don't.
But
really
there's two
know.
answers to that because there's the Shelby Mustang.
Yeah.
And then there's the Mustang. The
You
Shelby
are right.
Mustang was named after
Harold Shelby.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. But this is the Mustang made in the 40s or 50s. The original Mustang. What was it named after? And I was actually quite surprised. But what happened right in the smack middle of the 40s?
The World War II. I know because it was
the Mustang aircraft.
That's it.
It was named after a fighter plane from World War II.
That makes sense.
Good job.
Because
isn't that interesting? That's very interesting.
In Ford versus Ferrari, I love that movie to death. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it.
Same here.
Great movie.
But yeah, that's where they bring up. I mean, they show the very first Mustang that they made at one of the points in the movies, and I was like, wow, that's actually kind of cool. So
Yeah.
makes sense
Great
that it's
movie.
after a fighter plane. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What does BMW stand for?
Ooh, that is a tough one.
Is the last one works?
And we're not talking about
Motor
black
Works?
man wieners.
I know. I
It
feel
is
like
Motorworks.
Is it
It
British
is
Motor
Motorworks.
Works?
It's not.
Hold up, I can get this. British.
It's not British. I'll just tell you now. It's a different B word.
I don't know. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm googling it.
I googled it too, and there's no way I can pronounce that first one.
Hold up, let me see.
Barbarian.
Oh, okay. You know what? I have the German translation. That makes sense.
Bavarian Motor Works.
Yep. Barbarian Motorworks.
Because this
Which
one,
I have no idea what barbarian even means. That's a word that I see. I'm like, oh, I actually know how to pronounce that. So
Bavarian?
good job for my spelling.
That's a
Yeah, What is that?
that's a
Barbarian?
nationality. Bavarian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
because
why I've seen
I
it
get
before.
like Bavarian cream. Yeah, it's a German state next to Munich.
I'm German, and I didn't even know that. Wow. Way to let my heritage down.
I know because I get Bavarian cream
sad.
like butter braid every year. So
I get Bavarian cream pie. That shit is bomb.
that is also good. I think that's what the butter braid is supposed to mimic, but good stuff.
You know, my niece, well, she's not really my niece. She's like my part sister. It's my best friend's sister, and
Yeah.
I pretty much grew up with her.
Yeah.
But
I have those.
She used to sell butter braids every single year for school. And I'd have one. I'd be like, oh, my God, this is really good.
Yeah.
And then I'd get really high, and I'd have one, and
You'd
it's
eat a
like,
whole
oh,
one.
my God, this is even better.
Yeah.
Then I'd get drunk, and I'd puke it up, be like, that tasted so good a second time.
I know. I might as well just eat it out of the toilet.
Might as well. Full cycle, man.
Yeah.
So here's a fun one for you. You guys big tea drinkers?
No.
A little bit.
Well, who invented tea?
China.
The Chinese.
Yeah. What about Russia? What are they notoriously known for?
Vodka.
Communism.
Vodka.
Tyler, you're right. Mason, I love you. And then which European nation was said to invent the hot dog?
Denmark.
I'm going to say Hungary.
Did Tyler get it?
No, I was going to do the Nazi salute, but I was like, that's probably not appropriate.
Is it actually German?
It was Germany.
I mean, I figured it like
Bavarian brats.
Yeah, I've only heard things from German, but I was like, this is too easy. This is like
I think they're counting hot dogs as like all brats, like bratwurst and stuff like that. I think they were.
I mean,
a little bit more.
I would.
I mean, brats came from Germany, but dogs became really popular here in the United States.
That's interesting. Which American state is the largest by area?
Texas. No, Alaska.
Alaska?
Yeah, it is Alaska.
Did
What's
you
the
know?
smallest?
Did you know how? Let's take a guess. Let's see if you guys know. How much was Alaska purchased for, and which nation did we buy it from?
15 million from the Russians.
Yep, I was gonna say I know it's Russia. I don't know the exact number, but wasn't it like 50 million in like some vodka? Like it being all honest.
Come on, what? There was an actual cash price.
15 million.
5 million.
Less.
2 million.
If memory serves me right, it was somewhere in the 100,000 range.
Wow. Yeah, because I think they thought about that land and like this is frozen tundra. We don't care. Like this is a bargain for us, which ended up totally working in our favor because Alaska is beautiful first off, but I mean we get a lot of great natural resources from that country. So works.
Alaska was purchased for $7.2 million, which equates to $120 million today.
Yeah.
Which equates to about 2 cents an acre.
And this was in 1867.
Yeah. That's insane. Imagine if you could purchase land for 2 cents an acre.
Yeah.
My buddy's grandpa, you know the land out by DIA? Well, you know DIA.
Yeah.
My buddy's grandpa owned the land that is now DIA.
Damn.
Wow.
Do you know how much they sold it for?
Dude, I was gonna say I could only imagine that
I was
they
gonna say,
kind of
they probably
maybe
got a good
fucked them
price on
over.
it.
I was thinking they fucked them over.
Oh
That's what
no,
I
they
mean, they
got
probably-
a
Did they
stellar
get paid?
deal.
Okay.
Oh, did they?
$150 per square foot.
Wow, dude, that's not
How
a
did they
small
get it that
airport either.
price? Because isn't that just like that's pretty much like farmland, right?
It was all farmland,
Yeah.
but when DIA was in the planning process, they're like, "Hey, we want it to, be out there. We don't want it to be, we don't really have the room to put it in a big city like Denver or in town somewhere." So
Well, they could have. It's just there's a secret bunker underneath that hides
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
president and
we're
all the
waiting
important
for
people. So
the New World Order
that is another
exactly.
topic
for another time.
yeah, that is a completely another topic.
Yeah,
But I just have,
they sold $150 per square foot, and I think they got somewhere like his family's set up for life. Like my buddy,
Yeah.
I mean, him and his next 6 generations are taken care of beautifully because they had somewhere in the realm of 800,000 acres
mhm.
of land.
Wow, that's so much land.
And they split it up into enough to each family member, including the grandkids, to get like
Wow.
a few thousand acres.
That is
Interesting.
actually insane.
Yeah.
So I have a few more questions for you guys. Which country did AC/DC originate in?
Australia.
England.
Mason was right. Australia. And that's actually quite surprising to me.
That one was like that's one of the most useless pieces of knowledge that has stuck its way into my brain.
Let's see if you know this one.
All right.
How many Grammys does John Legend have?
That's not.
10.
I'm gonna say 5.
Did you just guess on that, Tyler?
Nope.
Good
Is that
job.
right? Oh shit!
That was right.
I was gonna say
Alrighty.
15.
A few more right here. How many Lord of the Rings movies are there?
3.
3.
What year was the first episode of South Park aired?
1998.
98.
1997.
Oh,
Damn,
shit.
I really wanted to say 7, but 8 just sounded a little bit better.
Yeah. Got to go with the even
Alrighty.
numbers.
And the last question. What is a female donkey called?
An ass?
Piece of ass. I feel like it's something with a B.
J.
J. I don't know.
A Jane?
A Jenny.
Jenny.
A Jenny.
Ah.
That was actually pretty close, Wilfred.
I had Johnny in my head, and I was like,
Yeah. Like I was thinking like I wasn't thinking bitch because I know that that's a female dog, but
female dog in heat.
Yes. Yeah.
That's such a weird name.
That is.
What is the fastest military aircraft?
I'm going to guess it's some kind of jet. The F-16.
Okay.
The what's the stealth? Is that the SR-71 Blackbird
Stealth bomber.
or the stealth bomber?
SR-71.
Yes, yeah.
It is the
interesting.
fastest, and it is the only aircraft in history to not be shot down. They have had SAM missiles shot at it, and they threw on the afterburners and outran the missile.
So I have a really cool story from my dad about the SR-71 Blackbird because they retired that plane if memory serves me correct.
Yep.
So my grandparents live behind Hill Air Force Base in Utah, which is known as one of the biggest Air Force bases in the United States, I believe.
Mhm.
And my dad at the time was driving past, and he saw a car that was pulled over to the side of the road that was just opposite of the Air Force base. And he pulled over just, I see a car. I'm going to pull over, make sure everybody's doing okay.
Yeah.
He hopped out, and it was this guy who was in a very official getup. He said he had to have been a general or something. And he goes, if you have nothing going on for about the next 15 minutes, I would recommend you stay. And my dad at the time was like, okay, I guess. It seems kind of strange. So he stayed, and he said that thing started launching, and he goes, you're going to want to cover your ears. So that thing launches just straight over them. It blew him over. That's
Holy
how
shit.
badass that thing was, and that's how fast that thing was cooking. It got up, and it did. I guess it. This is what they do for planes that are retiring. They fly around the base a couple of times, and then it took off to wherever it's retired now. And he said that was one of the most kick-ass experiences he's ever had in his life. He's like, I have never been blown over by. And my dad was a big guy. He was 6'3", and like almost close to 250 or something. He was built kind of like me. It's like, I've never had anything blow me over, but the fact that that thing just knocked me over, and it did so very easy, that impressed me.
That is a badass. I mean, going Mach 3.2. That's
That
insane.
thing kicks ass. And that thing is, I still think it's either that or the stealth bomber. I think that is the sleekest looking plane that you could ever have or make.
Which one? The one that's got the whole
Blackbird.
bunch of angles? Oh, the Blackbird?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's either that or the stealth bomber. One of those
Yeah. I loved the original stealth bomber. The one that had a whole bunch of the angles on there.
Yeah, they had like it was like I don't even know how to, I know exactly what you're talking about though.
Like the geometrically incorrect that should
there were
not,
like a bunch of triangles and stuff.
Yeah.
Or not stuff. Yeah.
Believe it or not, that plane is not designed to fly. The only reason it flew was because of all the onboard computers.
That's very interesting. I never knew that. The B-2 stealth bomber is the one that we're talking about.
I love that bird.
Yeah.
Like, that thing is beautiful.
That thing does look really cool. The new one doesn't look too bad either. The B-2 looks like almost kind of like an alien aircraft.
Yeah. I heard there was a new plane that they're working on. It's using pulse jet technology.
That's cool.
So the reason why people say that it's out there, sometimes so you got to look on Google Maps or Google Earth.
Did they catch
They caught the back trails of it. So when it goes, it curls the clouds around it. So every X amount of feet, it curls the air around it. And there was one image of it flying across the world.
Damn.
And when COVID just started, I think it was like a week into our quarantine, I was driving down, Hess, on my way to, I can't remember where I was going. But I look over in my left, and I see that in the sky. I'm like,
that would be
no
cool.
shit.
Yeah,
okay,
I
got a piece of trivia for you.
Let's hear it.
Why hasn't the United States been able to build the rocket that originally took Apollo 13 to the moon?
Money?
Why can't they?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say probably because of money, funds.
Yes and no. So the reason behind it is the technology that was used, it would be cost inefficient to reproduce the items that were made in it. Like
Is it just because it's outdated? Okay.
Interesting.
The companies that supplied the items to build the rocket,
out of business.
They're not even in business anymore.
Gotcha.
I have always wondered, I guess I've never really thought twice about it, but I have always wondered why we've never gone back.
They're actually working on a moon mission right now. It's supposed to be launching 2021, so next year.
I did see
know about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys watched the same video I did, but NASA released that thing that they want to send somebody to Mars, I think by the end of this decade.
Yeah.
Which, dude, if we can make that happen or even get close to making that happen, I'm extremely interested. I think we were born at just the right, maybe not just the right time, but like maybe a little bit too early, but very close to just the right time. Because I think within this span of time, we're going to figure out how to travel further than other planets. At least I hope.
Yeah. What is it? Oh my God, I just drew a blank. He owns Tesla and he has a
Elon?
rocket company. Elon's rocket company.
SpaceX.
SpaceX, there we go. They're shooting to launch someone to Mars by 2030.
If they can do it, I would be along for every ride of the journey.
Oh yeah, and I mean they've gotten so close. I mean, with the track that they're going, reusing rockets, it's becoming so cost efficient to launch rockets.
Yeah. I see all these movies, and I don't know if we know this as for a fact. How long would it take for us to get to Mars? Because I mean, there's Interstellar that says from Earth to Jupiter is like 8 months, but then there's The Martian where from Earth to Mars that's like 15 months or something like that, and it's like, how long would it actually take? Is there a known number?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
So as you know, we've been launching rockets to Mars with Curiosity, the Mars rover.
Yeah.
The way they said it takes 3 to 6 months
for
it to arrive, and there's a 3-minute delay between communication to the robot
actually doing it.
Yeah.
That is actually kind of, when you think about it, that's fascinating. The fact that thing is hundreds of thousands of miles away, and the ability to connect with it only takes 3 minutes and not what feels like maybe a year or even longer. That's just fascinating to me.
Let me see here. I'll give you an exact date.
Am I right, Nick?
What's that?
Oh, I don't know. I was just asking you.
Yeah.
So the journey will ultimately take 8.5 months.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And that's with today's technology. You know the birds that we have in the sky and the rockets that are out there? They're going off of technology that's 10 to 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if we put something in space and use right now's technology. I mean, Elon's already doing that. But if we use that, just imagine some of the gizmos and gadgets we'll have.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's crazy.
I think we're living in a good time. I think it's about to get complicated, but I think we're going to miss the part where it gets too complicated.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it.
Well, hey, guys, I don't know about y'all, but I am getting a bit sleepy over here.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
Yeah. That makes two of you.
I'm ready for bed. I don't know about you guys, but I actually had to work today, so I'm tired.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being a part of the show, Nick, Mason. As always, it has been an absolute pleasure having you here.
I agree. Thank you for having me.
Always great time with you boys.
True.
You guys, don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning to the morning show. Go over everything you need in the morning. It's a great time. Really quick show, 20, 30 minutes, but it's a blast. I hope y'all are able to tune in. But thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been a pleasure. We love you, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.